It's real cold here in the Northwest. Yeah. I am so fucking cold at all times. I'm just watching a YouTube video of Graveyard Girl. She posted her final video about the person who scammed her on eBay with a $950 90s mystery box. But she's definitely nicer than me. I guess because she has so many, like I think she has over 8 million subscribers. And obviously I think YouTube's made her pretty wealthy, so she's not that hard up to get the money back, and she's, I think, a kind-hearted person. I guess had convinced herself that maybe this person needed the money for something, and like she didn't want to get the money back from them, but eBay reimbursed her anyway because of they're cracking down on the mystery box thing. You're not supposed to do it apparently on eBay, so she's nicer than me. I'd have been like, yeah, I want my money back from that asshole. Speaking of assholes, I have been at war with my gynecologist office. I went to see them last month for my yearly, and I get cold sores. They usually pop up. Actually, you can see like scars. I haven't had one in 3 years since I started taking acyclovir every single day. Well, I ran out the day before yesterday, and I called at noon yesterday to have them refill it. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll refill it. And then I call back, and I called like 3 times yesterday, like following up. And they're like, well, the nurses are in clinicals, and so they're not gonna be able to call it in until 5 o'clock. And I said, okay, well, please make sure this gets done because I can't miss a dose. And I give them some time, and I call the Target pharmacy close to 6, still didn't get it. I call this morning at like 9 o'clock, and I'm told, okay, it should be filled by 12. 12:30 rolls around, still not filled. I become unhinged, and I can't even remember all the stuff that I said, but, you know, I'm kind of at the mercy of these people because I'm no longer a patient at the doctor in Florida. So I don't even know if they would like prescribe it for me because they've already transferred my records here to Seattle. And then my only other option is to pay out of pocket. I have insurance, but I've already had my yearly. And obviously your insurance pays for one of those a year. It's called a yearly. And so I don't think I should have to pay out of pocket to go to another doctor just to get a fucking prescription filled. It's been over 24 hours. It's now 2:11 p.m. I do not want a fucking cold sore outbreak. I'm not used to the weather here. I've been stressed. Like, anything can cause a cold sore to crop up on your fucking face. And I don't think it's that hard. So I don't think it's that hard for them to just fucking call in my prescription. You know, I called it in first, 12 o'clock yesterday. They had my records. The day that I saw them, which was like October 23rd for my yearly, I signed a form requesting for my Florida doctor to transfer all my records up here. And on the new patient paperwork, I wrote down that I take acyclovir. So first thing when I called this morning, she was like, like, I'm trying to get the dose, like, how do you spell it? What's the dosage? I'm like, it's in my records. And she's like, well, they don't look at the records. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why did I request the records if you don't fucking read them? So, the woman I finally talked to, like, the last time at the doctor's office, I was like, I recognized her name because I asked for her name last night, and she was the one that told me it would be done by 5 o'clock yesterday, and I would be able to pick it up from the Target pharmacy. And I said, oh, hey, you remember me? Yeah. Finally was like, okay, well, let me talk to the medical assistant. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll be calling back every hour on the hour until this is done. And then she's like, oh, well, you don't have to do that. Just hold on, let me talk to her. And then she's like, okay, well, it's on the doctor's desk for signature. And I was like, I started to unravel. And she's like, I know you're frustrated. And I'm like, she's like, I assure you, I promise you it'll be done today. I said, do you? Do you really? Because I was assured it would be done at 5 o'clock last night. I was assured it would be done at 12 noon today. And I said, at that point, again, I don't remember what all I said, but I do know that I said, if this is not done today, I'm going to take my ass up to your office tomorrow, sit in your waiting room, make myself comfortable, and fucking stare at you until it's done. And, you know, I'm not proud of myself about acting like an asshole, but yeah, I mean, I was like, fuck. It was like the spirit took me, and there was no going back. It was like, once I get to that point and I really go there, I don't like getting like that because I feel out of control, and I'm a grown-ass woman, and like, we really shouldn't act like that. But I just was driven to that because I'm like, what can I do? What do you need me to personally do? I have called up there 10 fucking times and talked to multiple people, and they all dropped the ball. And when I call back, I'm gonna be like, listen, unless somebody is dying or in labor, I better be priority number fucking 1. I'm not even kidding. I will go up there and sit in their fucking waiting room tomorrow until I personally see that it's done, and then I will stand there in front of them and call the Target pharmacy to verify that it's done. Because you shouldn't fuck with people's medications. Yeah, it's not heart medication, it's not diabetes, it's not gonna kill me, but they had ample time to get this done. And it's 2:16. I got a phone interview. Well, that's the one good thing, is I have a phone interview at 3:45. Finally, somebody contacted me. So I'm gonna go get coffee in a little bit, come back, do a little bit of cleaning. I have a phone interview, which is really good. It's interesting because the people that I'm interviewing with on the phone, they're about a 4-minute walk from where I live, which would be a really amazing commute. And so I applied for it 2 nights ago after it had been only posted for like, I felt like an hour or something. I applied literally right after they posted it. And then the next night around 5, I get an email saying, we want to talk to you. Click this link to set up a phone interview. So I did that. And then I went back online to see if it was still there, and just to kind of go back through and look at the company and kind of get prepared for my phone interview. And the posting was gone. So I don't know if, like, they're a legit company. I looked up their website. They're legit. Like, there's like news articles written about them. They're a startup company that started like fall of 2015. Like, they're legit. But I'm like, okay, well, did they just get enough people in like not even a full 24 hours to interview? I don't know how much it costs an employer to keep a posting up, so maybe they just didn't want to pay anymore because they got enough applicants and they're just going to interview the people that they got. I don't really know. It would be really nice to just be a 4-minute walk from my apartment, and it would be nice to work again. And so we'll see what happens, but I've got like my little notes here and everything. It was really good as I'm not desperate for a job. So I'm interviewing them as much as they're interviewing me. So I'm hoping it'll be a good fit. I'm just ready to kind of get back to my life as normal and not to be kind of cooped up in an apartment and not really do anything and go anywhere except for Starbucks at the corner to get my coffee every day. So the rage has nearly consumed me again. The doctor's office finally called in my prescription. I got a call from the Target here. And they were like, oh, your prescription's ready. And I'm like, yeah, fucking finally. And then I said, well, how many refills do I have left? Because I don't want to go through this shit anytime soon again. And he's like, oh, there's no refills. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I call the doctor's office and I'm like, hey, what's the deal? And they say, well, the doctor needs to see you. I'm like, for what? For fucking what? I'm at a loss. I said, you people have my records that show I've been taking this medication for years. I have a history of cold sores. What the fuck do you need me to come in for? You just need me to be in front of your face to say, yo, I got cold sores. There's nothing there to look at. I said, listen, I know that you people are very busy. You're very, very busy people. But can I get a call back from this motherfucker that's requesting me to come in and spend more of my time up there with you fools? Can I get a phone call so somebody can explain this to me? Because I'm obviously dumb. I was just there in October. You got my records. You have my new patient paperwork that tells you I take acyclovir. What do you need? What more do you need? Okay, so I look at myself as a very logical person. I don't like to waste my time. I don't like doing shit that's unnecessary. So I just got a phone call from the nurse practitioner's medical assistant because I asked for a call back because I don't understand why, if I was just there last month for my yearly, I wrote down my new patient paperwork that I take acyclovir. They have my records from Florida showing that I take acyclovir. Why do they then need me to come up there on December 20th so that I can get refills for my acyclovir beyond this month that they just called in for me? And they're like, okay, well, we just need it for our records that you take this medication. And I'm just like, okay, you have it in your records because I wrote it down in my new patient paperwork when I was just there last month. And you have my records from Florida. What is the point of sending my records over if you're going to just ignore them? What is going to occur during this appointment? Am I going to get blood drawn? Like, what is going to come of this that cannot be done over the phone, that cannot be done through my records that were sent to you? I couldn't get the medical medical assistant to give me any logical reason for why I need to waste my time. I said, all right, so what you're saying to me, basically, what I'm gleaning from this is just because. So yes, I will keep my appointment, and yes, I will waste my time to come up there and stare at you in your face and say, sup, I get cold sores. Can I get my prescription? Cool. Have a good day. The rage. The rage.
watching the greatest movie of all time, that's all.
No big deal. You look so happy. You're like a little kid.
Well, that was a fine meal. Yes, it was, wasn't it? Yes, where should we go now? Let's have a lunch. Oh, good idea.
Stewart, and we're about to cross 7th, and we just came from Stewart and 6th. On the corner of Stewart and 6th is Starbucks. So you can clearly see.
Yeah.
We're like literally steps away from it.
Yeah.
So you turn back over here
Other
to Stewart
direction.
and 7th, there's another fucking Starbucks.
Yeah, but we're in Seattle though.
I don't
It
care.
makes me happy and it makes him pissed.
How lazy do you have to be to not walk what I consider probably a third of a block to get to a Starbucks?
Whatever. It's Seattle. There's like 200, isn't there?
Okay.
My newest purchase. Apparently people take their jacket buying and their jacket investments here real serious because it's constantly cold and wet. So note the hood, water resistant outer layer, and then warm inner layer that is removable. So it's hence the name Tri-Climate Jacket. And it's really fucking cute. So I was researching jackets. We actually went to some jacket stores here in town. And then this website, I've never owned anything from North Face before because I'm from Florida and we don't do that shit in Florida. But it's really cool because it tells you like what it does really. And out of 508 reviews, it got 4.5 stars. And I just love like the pink and then I think it's called ink, yeah, it's called ink blue outer shell. And we have a North Face store here in Seattle, and I went there this weekend and tried on a jacket similar to this, but they didn't have this color, and it fit really well. I got it in a medium. And this is really cool, so it'll tell you how heavyweight it is, if it's windproof, waterproof, and how warm it is. So it literally is the warmest jacket you can get. It is completely waterproof and wind resistant because apparently we have windstorms here, which we don't have those in Florida unless there's a hurricane. So I'm really excited to get this jacket. It says that I get it in 3 to 5 business days, I think. Really a new way of life because I had one real jacket that I'm currently wearing here, and it actually holds up decently here, but it's not waterproof and there's no hood. And people in Seattle do not wear or do not use umbrellas. So it's crazy that I'm having to like really think about a jacket collection because you wear them so much here. And in downtown Seattle, we don't drive unless we take a Lyft ride to anywhere that's like over a mile away of a walk. But typically we walk everywhere, so it is completely necessary.
I love this thing.
So whenever we moved to Washington, we came from here, through here, here. The mountains in Arkansas are actually really pretty. I think they're called the Ozarks. And then through Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, back to Idaho again, Spokane, and then Seattle. This is really fun. I'm excited I got it. So much to look at.